Hello everybody, my name is Luke Marr and this is HauteLeMode, and today on HauteLeMode we are going to be reacting to Victoria Beckham's YouTube channel. And we're going to be really looking into how this YouTube-backed fashion channel actually failed really badly. But before we get any further into the video, if you guys are looking for a channel that talks about fashion in the most fun, sassy, bitchy, analytical way, this is it. You can go down below, hit the subscribe button, and turn on my post notifications. I mean, like, what do you have to lose? You're already here. And if you guys are looking to see more from me, you can follow me on Instagram at HauteLeMode. I post some pretty poppin' fashion memes, and my Instagram stories are always pretty lit. And if you want to see even more from me, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter as well at HauteLeMess. I post more of my personal outfits and opinions, so enjoy. And if you guys want to shop any of the things I'm wearing in any of my videos, you can at my Depop at HauteLeMode, like these gorgeous little green velour pants. Very Balenciaga. So let's talk about this whole Victoria Beckham thing. But I think it's important that we talk about YouTube as a whole first. So the world of YouTube is changing, if you haven't noticed. The platform, which was once made for no-name creators to really turn themselves into brands and personalities and the good friend next door that you can chat to, it's not really like that anymore. Yes, there is that homemade, branded, quality content out there, obviously, like HauteLeMode. But there really is a push by YouTube to really include these big celebrities as well. I mean, Jennifer Lopez, James Corden, and even fashion is getting in on this game. I mean, you have Anna Wintour, who has shed her icy personality to answer questions from pedestrians on the street. And Naomi Campbell is giving you first-class, high-quality vlog-style cleaning tutorials of private jets. So fashion is getting involved in YouTube whether or not it really wants to. Even the brands themselves are getting a little bit better about posting their YouTube videos, you know, not just in clumps. Some of them still do it, but, you know, a lot of them are starting to create content, like Louis Vuitton as well. But YouTube is not just getting Anna and Naomi involved. There are a lot of other personalities who aren't getting as many clicks as YouTube, I think, would like. And while there definitely are a few stragglers, one of them pretty much has bowed out of the race completely, and I don't even think it's been a year yet. And it happens to be none other than the former Spice Girl and creative director and founder of Victoria Beckham, Victoria Beckham. And it's been reported that Victoria Beckham has axed, quote unquote, her YouTube channel, which, you know, I think we should look into. I think it's a very interesting whole idea of fashion designers going behind the scenes and really showing you their inner life, especially when you combine that with the personality of Victoria Beckham and her husband David and family. So we're gonna investigate why this YouTube channel has reportedly flopped so hard. I think that we probably should react to some of her earlier videos first, so that's what we're gonna do. Victoria Beckham. I wonder if they have ham every Christmas. So, first up, let's go to the very beginning, way back when. I already don't like the thumbnails of these videos, but she's been making videos for a bit, it seems. It seems like it started around 2 years ago. She was getting involved in it. Lots of fashion show content. Okay, so exclusive YouTube announcement. I feel like this seems like the perfect video to, you know, showcase that experience of starting a YouTube channel and saying that you're going to become a content creator. Let's see what happens. It's a an anniversary cake. Okay, so this is her 10-year anniversary, which I assume was tied in with her YouTube channel launch.
With a crowd downstairs waiting for you to sign your own t-shirts.
Oh, she's selling t-shirts.
10th anniversary. What exciting news do you have to launch?
All right, exciting news.
I am starting my own YouTube channel that will be
YouTube channel.
How fun is this?
You're telling me.
It's a t-shirt. It's a fucking t-shirt. How, I don't, okay.
We'll see you in 10 more years.
Oh my god, we're gonna be
Okay.
so old.
So she started a YouTube channel. Obviously, if you guys don't know who that man is, that is Derek Glassberg, and he is in charge of fashion and beauty partnerships for YouTube, and essentially his job is to entice the fashion industry personas to get involved in the YouTube space. So next up was like a fashion show and then a Reebok launch. There's a YouTube trailer. So let's see the trailer. I feel like that'll be like good to see what's gonna go on in this channel.
Tell us what we're doing today.
Well, as you know, I'm starting my own YouTube
Okay.
channel. I've been spending a lot of time really trying to conjure up ideas of what the public really want from me.
So a beauty
The
tutorial
Queen's
maybe?
speech, but much, much, much longer. In February, rather than December, and with me, rather than, I mean, you know, the actual Queen.
Oh, I thought they were referencing the King's speech. She's talking about like the speech that the Queen gives every Christmas. I don't know. The other thing to me about this whole Victoria Beckham thing is that I don't know if the YouTube audience, who is quite young, I would say, I know that my demographic is between like 18 and 24 mostly, but there is a very high demographic that is 13 to 19. And I don't know if they really, know who Victoria Beckham is. Like, I'm sure they know of the Spice Girls, but they're not like, oh my God, dedicated. And I don't know if she is going to be the driver that's going to get people to really watch, oh my God, a Victoria Beckham YouTube video. You know what I mean? I just don't know if she or any of these other fashion people are the perfect people or if they're like the right choice, but we'll see.
You can address the audience directly, people like that.
Hello, fans.
That was amazing. Spot on, right?
So good.
Yeah, really good. That was, I mean, one take.
So inspiring.
Okay, so those are like the two perfect things. I like Isaac because he's like, actually, no, nobody fucking wants this from you, and everybody else is like,
It's so great! Oh my god, I love Victoria!
Isaac's telling her what's up. Like, no, it's not working. Follow Isaac's ideas. I like him.
How do we end these things anyway?
Well, they want you to say that you can subscribe or ring the bell. There's a bell.
Oh, I like that. So people can subscribe, they can hit the bell.
Some of them like to say you can smash that bell.
I'm gonna tell them to really hit that bell. Smash that bell. Make that bell call him daddy.
Okay, so the other thing is, it's like, this is a perfect example of Victoria showing that she like doesn't watch YouTube. The other thing about like these YouTube personalities who are fashion based, like they don't watch YouTube, so they don't understand the culture of YouTube. Like, you don't want to be like, oh, they're telling you to say hit that like button or hit that subscribe. Like, you should want people to hit that subscribe button and that like button. It shouldn't be like, who are they? Is they like Derek Glassberg and like YouTube? Like, who is they, and why is it that you can't be as involved in this? Or you, and I understand like she's a businesswoman, you know, $1 million company as well, but also like if you're gonna launch something, it should be something that you've taken time to research and understand. And that's why I think that this probably hasn't worked, is because they don't understand the YouTube culture. There is a culture, whether or not people want to agree, disagree, there is a culture within this whole situation. And I don't know necessarily if these fashion personalities understand it, and that might be why views could be down and not so good, or as good as they'd like for them to be. All right, the making of autumn winter. Okay, next up, her videos are kind of short actually, and they don't have terrible views. So like, look, 614K for a trailer is not bad. 359K for like a first video is also not terrible. Like, her views aren't bad. I don't like anywhere that people are saying the views are bad, they're not terrible. At least early on they weren't. So this is making of her autumn winter 19 collection. But the other thing is, it's like, I know I'm getting more like fashion critic. She's not a good designer in the sense that she doesn't really have any experience designing except for her own label. She's never worked for a company, I don't believe. She's never like been on a design team. She's never apprenticed anywhere from what I know. And to me, that makes it very hard to design a collection, because you need to have technical skills in order to solve technical problems or to really create an experiment and make something that is truly yours. So just because you have a name, which is Victoria Beckham, and you have a design team, does not mean that necessarily a good collection is being made. To me, she's like a knockoff of whatever designer is good at the moment. She's like Michael Kors, where a Michael Kors collection is great depending on what the collection they're ripping off is. So if they're ripping off Celine this season, it'll probably look good if it was Phoebe Philo Celine.
We start in an empty room that gets slowly filled with clothes, and then we have a stylist come in, and he will start to look.
And why is she not explaining this? Why is this other man explaining this?
Working on looks and putting all the pictures up on the board.
Oh, Jesus.
We have a lot of girls come in and we come down to a cast.
We have a lot going on. We're obviously launching YouTube. We're taking over the Piccadilly Lights, which is so cool.
Like, where is she? That's my question, is that like, why is everybody else doing the talking? If this is your YouTube channel and you're showing us into your company and how your collection is made, wouldn't you want to be explaining to everybody how things work? Or is that, am I just, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm pretty positive I know what I'm talking about. You should be explaining to us, not every other person that works for you. I think later on in your series, maybe do that in little clippets, but she hasn't spoken.
So cool for the second season.
Is it gonna be cooler?
Not that coat, the pea coat.
Also, I don't really know who any of these people are, so like, as a viewer, I like. Is this real? Like, this is the content is day 2. Like, there's nothing happening, and that's why nobody's fucking watching this shit, is because there's nothing happening. What are the comments saying? I need to know. All right, the Victoria Beckham and the Olsen twins are the only ones to successfully transfer from entertainment to fashion. All those other stars wish they could get on this level with their collabs. Do they though? Victoria Beckham always looks so chic and put together, but also like she hasn't tried. She makes it so easy. I want to be her assistant, carry her water. All right, does she like talk at all? She doesn't even fucking ring herself in.
Rotation is the hardest thing, because this is where you line all of the looks up and you've got to figure out who's wearing the looks and then in which order the looks come out in. And what the story is. It's always quite stressful. Who's sharing boots.
It seems so stressful for you.
I'm auditioning for the role of model 3.
Through images, you go through reference, you go through type of beauties, you think how they can mix together.
Okay, casting director who's random. But why isn't she like interviewing these people? Why is it just like her like sulking like, oh, day 2, oh, this is the hardest part. But like you haven't done, I haven't seen you do anything. Everybody else is doing something, you're not. Okay, so let's talk more a little bit about Victoria Beckham's business. And I think that the reason that this whole YouTube video is even being done is because this article came out in The Guardian, which talks about how her fashion label has sunk further into the red despite there being a 17% rise in sales. There was a The Guardian article written in December of 2018 saying that Victoria Beckham was at a loss of $10.2 million for that year, which is really, really bad, especially for a fashion company. So the idea that Victoria Beckham is losing money not only in her company, but now is also losing money on production costs of YouTube, because producing high quality YouTube content is expensive, no doubt. Why do you think my shit looks like this? So let's discuss a little bit further. So she has 109,000 subscribers, which is pretty good for a YouTube channel, especially somebody that's only been doing it for a year. But also note, she is a big celebrity. So I know that like the Smiths have like millions of followers, so note that. I will say though, while many have said the YouTube channel has been axed, a rep from Victoria Beckham's camp has said that the channel has actually not been axed and explained that this is incorrect. The YouTube channel has not closed and its production was not creating losses. But I also like don't believe that, because depending on the salary of somebody that you're paying, unless you're getting a good amount of views, you're not really going to be making a lot of money on YouTube. Okay, so it says Victoria is not currently posting further fly on the wall content due to focus on her new World of VB platform and the recent beauty launch, which to me doesn't make sense. If you're launching a beauty line, why would you not document that, considering that YouTube is highly engaged in the beauty community? I feel like you'd want to see more of that kind of content. And I feel like that would drive even a wider audience for Victoria. So to me, that doesn't make sense. It says both of which have shifted the rhythm and type of video content shared. For example, a forthcoming beauty tutorial with Lisa Eldridge created for YouTube. Why wouldn't you do documentary style work? I feel like that is very strange to me. Like, look at the Jeffree Star, Shane Dawson experience. That is major. Oh, it says that she has hired a scriptwriter for her In the Chair with Victoria Beckham series, which like expensive, and also we need to watch it in the chair video. It also says, meanwhile, the former Spice Girl was forced to cut 60 staff members from her flagship shop in London, which was in 2018. And apparently there are fears that there could be more cuts. That's a lot of staff to be cutting. A source told the publication, so also note this is reportedly, this is not, you know, fact for truth or a quote. It says, the YouTube channel has been impossible to monetize and it was very time consuming, so the decision was that it would be pulled. While Victoria enjoyed the filming and has lots of fun doing it, there were production costs that were not covered by its income. The decision was made to concentrate everyone's time and efforts on something that is going to benefit her business. Now, I'll be honest, like, listen, running a YouTube channel is not easy. I feel like people probably think it's easy. I'm not saying it's backbreaking labor, it's not, but it definitely has its struggles. And obviously, if you're not getting a certain amount of views, and if you don't have a high CPM, which essentially is for every 1,000 views, this is how much money you make, it's going to be hard to make money on a YouTube channel, especially from AdSense. And I mean, a big personality like Victoria Beckham, who has her own beauty brand and fashion line, it's gonna also be hard for her to do things like sponsorships because it's gonna feel weird and out of place because you're gonna expect her to have so much money already. So do you see where like it's hard for the income aspect to come in? And the thing is, I would say between $800 and $1,000 it costs to produce a, you know, well-documented video, I would say. So for every video that she's putting out, she's making a loss of that much. That's a lot of money to be losing on a YouTube channel that doesn't really seem like it's showing much promise. So I wouldn't blame her for cutting the YouTube channel out. I don't want to watch any more of like the Victoria Beckham like fashion show, blah, blah, blah. But I do think it's interesting to note the beauty. So obviously they were really like pushing her beauty, or they're talking about how they were like trying to make the beauty a thing. The making of her, I don't know if she has a palette, her makeup line, only has 76K views, which isn't really that great. So let's see what is going on in this video. Okay, there's a lot of like video editing and not a lot of like Victoria, which is...
In fashion, it's what do I want in my wardrobe. Always about what do I want to feel like the best version of myself, the most empowered.
Agreed. I love the ability to just dream and then be like, yeah, okay, let's
Okay,
do
so
that.
this must be her co-founder
I know that they
for
are
the Victoria Beckham
because I
beauty
know
line, I
the
assume.
best. This is where fashion and beauty meet.
Yes.
You could wear it with...
I just feel like this would have been so much better as a vlog. You know what I mean? I just feel like this more like behind the scenes sort of situation. Everything just seems very like forced and very like produced.
Now,
So what are you making here?
yeah, making a smoky eye break. We wanting to be...
Okay,
as
at least
clean
here
as we
she's
can,
like
the
getting
ingredients
involved in
and
actually
everything.
doing something. That's
The
good.
development of clean product is really in its infancy.
I also just want to say I don't know a lot about beauty. I can't really speak on it. I'm just here to like analyze the content. And I do think it's interesting because beauty is a big sector of YouTube. It really is like where the popular sort of feminine roles lie in the YouTube community. So it's just definitely something to, you know, be conscious of and notice that she could reach a wider audience with this, but also I feel like it's not doing that with only 76K views. Okay, all right, so we got that idea. Let's watch, I don't want to watch the fashion show because like, it got a good amount of views, 220K, that's a decent amount. But actually, let's watch this Victoria Beckham show.
Dame Helen Mirren was at my show. I mean, that is...
Okay,
it's
I
major.
just feel
I don't say
like
that
there's
very
no like
often, but it's
intro.
major.
Why are we not introing?
I don't know what to say.
That feels weird to me.
I'm honoured that she likes what I do and that she comes to support me. She's a woman that is, I mean, she's the perfect Victoria Beckham woman. I have so much respect for her professionally. I'm a huge fan of her, but also she's a strong, powerful woman. And seeing her sitting in the front row, wearing my designs, is the icing on the cake. Really, it's been such an amazing few days with the launch of Beauty and the fashion show, and then Dame Helen Mirren.
Again, something also to note is that like young people really like won't know who Dame Helen Mirren is. Like they'll know who she is maybe, but not like really care. Something that they're really gonna be like,
Oh my god, Dame Helen Mirren or Victoria Beckham. Oh my god.
no. Unfortunately, I really don't know if Dame Helen Mirren has like a stan Twitter following, so I just don't feel like it's super interesting or whatever.
For me, the starting point really was looking at last season, which was a huge success, and really looking at the codes that we established that have now become
What, Gucci? The Gucci codes? The codes of other designers that aren't yours? Oh, yeah, that's good. Those usually work. Those usually sell.
So all those strange neutrals being put together actually are so right and feel so fresh because they are...
Okay, she's just gonna talk about like fashion design that she very obviously, apparently, and is documenting well that she doesn't know what she's doing. Like she just hasn't like documented her design. Like she hasn't even like took us inside the collection. So like if you really love the clothes and you put so much effort and work into the clothes, like why aren't you showing like, guys, look at the lining of this jacket. Like I'm fucking obsessed with the lining of this jacket. It's so cool, it's so wonderful. To me, that's what a designer does. They're interested in like that stupid little shit that really makes clothing luxurious, that really makes clothing this thing that they want to share with the world. To me, she's never really saying anything. Like obviously she's talking, but none of it really has like a meaning that you really can get behind. It doesn't have any substance. It's always like, Dame Helen Mirren is a powerful woman. She's the woman I want to be. She's the Victoria Beckham woman. And it's like, but what does that mean? You know, what does that stand for? Oh, you started a beauty line. Great. Like besides, I want this to be in every woman's makeup bag. Why are you creating this? What is the reason? Like, what is the genuine reason? And to me, that's not being shown. And I feel like it's actually really bad because it's just her saying a lot of stuff that doesn't really make her sound or look all that put together, which isn't a good thing.
Everyone, today I am creating
this is the video with Lisa Eldridge. I don't even know. This beautiful look on Victoria Beckham. It's like highlight and an eyeshadow and like mascara. I'm confused. Like it's not something crazy. It's not something over the top. It's like everyday makeup. Just saying. But maybe this is beauty tips. Okay. I don't know anything about beauty. I'll be honest. Okay, so she has a lot of followers. She did Dua Lipa's cover. Okay. Why don't you say like Dua Lipa's makeup artist? Like to me, like there isn't that cunningness to understand how to like do a thumbnail, how to do a title. Like where is that? Like her team obviously doesn't like get the culture of YouTube. And I think that's the thing that's so hard to watch. Fun fact, this is like a little Luke tidbit. I used to live across the street when I studied abroad in London from Harper Beckham's school, which like in reality, when I think about it, all the people I live with, we always used to like walk by the school and be like, Harper, is Harper here? But like maybe that's kind of creepy and weird, but like just fun little tidbit in case you needed to know. I don't know. I feel like also like, I know she's like fashion beauty, but like why is she not like going inside of like her home and like her family and like what they're doing? Like there should be family vlogs. Like there should be that kind of stuff. I love fashion stuff, but also fashion stuff can get kind of dry every once in a while. And I feel like Victoria Beckham has great YouTube fodder and she's not really using it to the best of her abilities. I'd be like, okay, Harper's like doing something today at school and like David has to go do this and then I have to run to this meeting and like talk about blah, blah, blah. Like it shouldn't just only be fashion, I think, in a way. Like Victoria Beckham is more than just a fashion brand and I feel like maybe they're missing out on that as well. So the final thing I want to do, now that we've watched the videos, we've seen it, it's like very, you know, I would say blog content. I wouldn't watch it. But I understand if there are people that really love Victoria Beckham, the Spice Girls, that memory. There really is a following of them. So I understand people are watching it. But I think we should go on Social Blade. Social Blade, oh, my Social Blade is looking rough right now. But Social Blade, if you guys do not know, is a website that essentially gives you insight into many a YouTube channel's analytics. So right now, I have no problem exposing myself, honestly. I have 1.847 million views. At the height, the most I've ever gotten at a period was 3 million. So right now, I'm not doing super bad. I'm actually quite happy with this amount of views. But I think it's important to look at Victoria Beckham's monthly views. One of the main parts of this whole Victoria Beckham article was that she was only making 25 pounds a day, which like for YouTube, you know, sometimes that happens. So looking at her Social Blade, she is getting around 324,000 views. Now, I would say that for every million views, if you have a pretty good CPM, which is the amount of money you make for every 1,000, you know, ad views, I would say an average, or I would say an average is between $2,500 and $3,000 a month, I would say. So to me, she's not even really hitting that threshold. She's not even really hitting half of that threshold. I would say she's maybe making around like $800 to $1,000 a month, which if my, estimates of video production is correct, she's probably barely breaking even on a video, let alone all of the videos she's producing each month. So she's not really, gaining a lot. Her subscribers is only 3,000. Mine is like 8,000, I would say, on average. And I'm not comparing myself to Victoria Beckham to be like, put her down. That's not why I'm doing this. I'm just doing it to look at the difference in like a fashion YouTube channel. I think what I do is very different, but also it's important to like be looking at these things. So yeah, I don't think Victoria's doing all that well. And so I don't think the claims that it's hard to monetize this YouTube channel is wrong. I actually feel like it's very right and very accurate. And I don't think it's doing super, super well. And I personally think that they need like a consultant or somebody to really like direct this work, to direct this stuff, because it cannot just be flash, boom, bang, I'm gonna throw a bunch of clips together and expect people to watch it, because that's not how YouTube works. And I think any YouTube creator will tell you, like, you have to put time and effort into it. It cannot just be relying on your personality or all these things. Like, it takes time, it takes effort. It is not something to just be, done and thrown up there. Another thing to note is that YouTube takes time. I have around 280,000 subscribers right now, and I've been doing this for about 5 years, and I've not really had any like push from YouTube or anything like that. But there are people who are like the big celebrities and stars of YouTube who have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 million subscribers. So I am still quite a ways away from being that like upper echelon of YouTube creators. And I'm also 5 years into this, so it takes a while to really like do it. I don't think you can expect in, less than a year that you'd be making this crazy amount of money. YouTube is an investment. YouTube takes time. YouTube is not easy peasy for fun. Like, it takes work, it takes effort, it takes time, it takes a real desire to do it. And so I wonder if these YouTube-backed fashion channels actually care enough to stay on the platform, to really dedicate themselves to creating this content that people are going to watch. I don't know. I can say honestly, I don't think it's gonna happen, but I also don't think that fashion should get out of the YouTube game entirely. I think that these big brands should be sponsoring videos. I mean, if you look at the Emma Chamberlain, Dolan Twins videos, those have done really, really well. And while maybe a lot of their fans can't necessarily afford it, it has, sparked a little bit of interest. It's created this new wave of young kids who are seeing Louis Vuitton fashion shows and talking about Louis Vuitton and relating to it on a level that maybe is more relatable because it's Emma Chamberlain and the Dolan Twins. So I don't think YouTube should step totally out of fashion, but I also don't know if fashion is going to ever get to be the big star on YouTube. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Guys, so I kind of forgot to do an outro for this video, so I apologize. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I will see you guys in the next one, and TTYL.